everybody, this is Taymus and welcome to my long-awaited review for Ouran High School. Sorry it's been a while guys, but I'm having to start packing up my crap because we are moving, so this will be one of the last few videos that you see of me in this very nice room with most of my things still hung up on the walls and so on. Anyway, if you haven't seen the video of how I said I will review or grade anime, go click on that. It'll be like right up there somewhere in Magic. Let me give a brief description of how I'm going to do this. This grading system will be based off of 10 points of 5 areas, 2 points for each area. Story, characters, animation, sound, and my own personal. So, to kick things off, the story of Ouran High School Host Club follows this girl by the name of Haruhi Fujioka. And she is a very, very smart person, and she's able to get into this prestigious Ouran High School Academy off of a scholarship that she got from her good grades. So, while she's looking for a place to study, she finds this abandoned music room 3. She walks in assuming that she's gonna have this nice quiet place to study, and she finds these 5 dorks. Yes, I said dorks. Don't know why. And they are what contain the Ouran Host Club, essentially. In which, Tamaki puts it, where handsome young men with way too much time on their hands entertain pretty young ladies who also have way too much time on their hands and kind of start bombarding her with stuff. And when she tries to back out of the room, she backs up into a very expensive vase, 80,000 yen, so she cannot hope to pay back this vase. So in order to repay her debt to the host club, she has to essentially join the host club. And after she receives 100 requests of her presence to entertain a certain lady or group of ladies, she has then effectively paid back her debt. At the beginning, they think that she is a guy, but within the first episode, given circumstances, one by one they all start to catch on and it all starts to click for everyone. So, the characters. Of course, we have Haruhi Fujioka, very smart, very independent. Her mother passed on, and her father is a transgender. If you do something stupid, she will call you out on it. That's one of the things I like about this chick. Next, we have the so-called king of the club, Tamaki. Don't know his last name, but it's up there. Tamaki is very wacky, goofy, comic relief kind of guy. Very flamboyant. He is pretty naive. You find out later in the series that his father is actually the headmaster of Ouran High School. He, from the start, likes Haruhi. Granted, you don't really feel that much of, like, romantic between them. I think Haruhi has a much better connection with Hikaru, which gets me now into the twins. We have Hikaru and Karu. This picture and his right picture is like the easiest way to tell them apart since they are twins. Though if I remember correctly, the one with the band-aid on his cheek is Karu, and Hikaru is the one in the blue tank top. They have a lot of fun playing people with games of, they each put on a hat so you can't see their parted hair, and they're like, which one's Hikaru? And then they both end up sounding the same, and even I can't freaking tell the difference. They both like Haruhi. Hikaru a bit more than Karu. And I like that. Like you heard me mention earlier, I think that Haruhi and Hikaru have a much stronger and more, like, layered bond than anyone else. I mean, Hikaru and Karu, and then Hikaru and Haruhi. Golden. Especially, their backstory was my favorite. They're my favorite, okay? Hikaru and Karu for the win. Next we have, I'm sorry if I say this wrong, he's the only one that gives me this much trouble with a name. Kuya. Kuya Otari. I think I said his last name right, but the first name just keeps throwing me off like you wouldn't believe. Kuya is the youngest of 3 children, two older brothers, and a sister. Pretty sure it's a sister. I'm not totally sure if she's the youngest or if Kuya is. His father is very successful, and thus he is raising up his children to be very successful. And since Kuya has these 2 older brothers that are already very successful, aside from their father, he gets a lot of pressure put on him. I also like Koya's relationship to his sister. I mean, you actually only see her for like 2 scenes. And that's only when it goes more into his backstory. Tamaki really, in his own little head, in their group, he refers to himself as a dad, Koya as the mother, Haruhi as the daughter, Hikaru and Karu as the sons, Mori-senpai and Honey-senpai as the neighbors. For one, Mori's name is Takashi Mori Hizuku. Mori is known as the strong silent type. He doesn't talk very often unless something needs to be said. I actually kind of like his character. He doesn't get that much character development, but nonetheless, I still kind of like his character. Mori-senpai is essentially Honey-senpai's guardian, like older brother, in a way. Honey-senpai, I can't believe I'm saying this, but he's 17 years old. He's like one of the oldest there. This kid loves candy. He's a freaking total badass when it comes to kung fu. He just kicks everyone's butt. He's what they call the boy Lida type? Loda? I'm not really sure how they say that. Boy Lida type. He loves his stuffed rabbit thing. I think that actually had a name, but I can't remember what it was now. And he loves sweets to death. Every time you see this kid, he's eating a piece of cake. I mean, seriously. There are flowers and cake everywhere in the show. The connections between all of these characters and all the bonds that they share, I think are pretty well done. Mori-senpai and Honey-senpai, it doesn't go too much into their backstories. Honey-senpai gets a bit more development than Mori-senpai, which I kinda am not too much of a fan of. His backstory is still good, but I think there should be a little bit more of Mori-senpai to get than what I got. Nevertheless, I do like the characters. I like all the characters. I think the only thing that kind of bothers me is that, not necessarily the other characters, but Tamaki kind of breaks the 4th wall. I mean, not full out like freaking Deadpool break the 4th wall, calling the freaking editors of his comic book kind of break 4th wall, but like break 4th wall and he's like, oh, this is a hentai romance anime, and me and Haruhi are the main characters. That means we're love interests. It's just like, what? Hikaru's got a better chance, man. Come on. I have heard that they do that, Tamaki and Haruhi actually kind of become a bit more romantic in the novels, in the manga, but in the anime, with the one season that they have, they don't really portray it that well. I mean, they seem like really good friends. Their bond is still good and strong. And the fact that Haruhi at the end is able to pull Tamaki back says something. I like all the characters, and the animation for all the characters is pretty well done. I think it fits all the characters pretty well. I mean, since it is a hentai comedy anime, it does make sense. But for the times where it's a bit serious, like once or twice near the end of the anime, yeah. I mean, all the flowers and all the foliage and all of that stuff was just really, really pretty. And I did like it. It was pretty good animation. The sound, of course, Funimation, done really well. I did not watch it in the Japanese original version. I really just watched it dubbed. If I have to, then I'll watch it Japanese, but if there's a dubbed for it, generally I'll watch the dubbed, unless the dubbed is just horrible. Like the first episode of Attack on Titan bad. At least for Eren. Oh my god, that was just... But since this is Funimation, it's good. It's good. Trust me, it's good. The music for this was... It was good. I did enjoy it. And the animation and music for the intro especially. The music, personally, not too fond of, but it was good in its own right. And the animation for it, how it goes between the 2D, like, less-ish animated to the, like, animated, like, in the anime animated. I did like that. I liked the whole intro, except for the music. That music was the one thing that bugged me. But it did go along really well with the anime. The outro music, I do like it. In the English and Japanese version, it is one of my more likable musics of this anime. In terms of enjoyment, this anime was freaking hilarious to me. You might not find all these jokes funny, but they're funny. The majority of them are quite humorous and quite well done. They had their moments, and they did it, and other times there wasn't laughs. Every now and then there wasn't that much of laughs, which I did like. It wasn't too overwhelming or overbearing to where some of the jokes were just not funny. All the jokes that were made in this anime were funny. I had a really fun time watching this. Once I started, granted there was no ending cliffhanger that forced me to watch the next episode, but I had time in between animes of looking for something else to watch where a friend pointed me in this direction, and I'm glad I watched it. I'd been meaning to, and it's actually pretty good anime. It's only one season. If I remember correctly, it's like 25, 26 episodes. So if you have time, I do recommend you see this. And with all of this being said and done, with everything that has had to been said, I give this anime an 8 out of 10. It is a very good anime. It is definitely worth the watch, especially if you're in between animes and you're looking and you just haven't found something else. You will enjoy this. If there's some aspect about it you don't like, there will also be an aspect about it you do. I'm pretty freaking certain of that. If you like it so much you want to buy it, go right ahead. However, there is a website. Actually, I didn't watch this anime on that site. I watched it on Netflix. So never mind. but that link will still be in the description for a site that I watch a good deal of my animes on if you want to go check it out or just browse. That is about it. This anime was very good, very entertaining. It's not the best of what I've seen so far. Then again, I've only seen like 12 animes so far. So don't take that word. But for me, 8 out of 10, worth the watch. You will enjoy it. I hope you guys have a wonderful time of whatever it is you're doing, whenever it is you're doing it. You guys have a good whatever, and I shall see you guys in the next anime review. It might be either Code Geass or Vampire Knight. Most likely gonna be Vampire Knight because I've been rewatching the episodes lately. So that one shall most likely come in the way. And next time I see you guys, I'm gonna be in my new bedroom, in a new place. So I hope you guys enjoy. Peace!